Hey there guys, how's it going? Got another video here where we're running through Storm Talon on Veteran. We was trying to get a silver, but I think this time through we was just testing the water, seeing how we was going to get on. Happy to say that eventually we did get the silver. So that's part of our achievement done, and we're looking to move on to Skull Kano next, so I'll hopefully have a video up for you on how we do there. In this video all I'm going to basically do is tell you what mob does what to look out for, how to get through as quick as possible. Here are these two mobs. You've got the Shaman and a Sentinel, I believe. You need to interrupt the Rejuvenate from the Shaman, because basically all he's going to do is heal himself and the Sentinel, so the faster that's interrupted, the faster he'll go down. Make sure every time you kill a set of mobs you look out for the objectives, say it's the totems or the plants around the room. Also, we found it's best that after this first pack's killed, if you stick around where you are and get the tank to pull them around the corner, you've got less chance of anyone being pulled, and it just increases the time you can get it done because everything's nice and compact. You can get them all stacked. The next pack you need to focus on interrupting hack and slash. Only the Pell will cast this, and it does a hell of a lot of damage to the tank, so you need to make sure that's interrupted quick or else the tank's going to drop down. He'll do another move called Rampage, but you can just dodge out the way. If you've got the stuns to do that, you can interrupt him, but you need to save him for the hack and slash mainly, but the extra damage can help you down him a bit quicker. I'm just going to speed the footage up after every fight, which is basically the same, so the same mobs have already gone over. And once I come up to another mob, I'll give you a quick rundown of what happens, and I'll tell you about the boss phases and what's the quickest way to get it done.
I think get the interrupt on the hack and slash.
How you guys doing?
Just started Storm Talon.
Here's another different type of mob. His attacks are ranged, so it might be a bit harder to pull him, but the next pack's quite far away, so you should be okay to fight him where he is. As I said, his attacks are ranged, so the tank needs to stay nice and close. He'll do a spell called Conduction, which will stun the target on the floor, and the rest of the party have to interrupt him or else he'll get stunned on the floor, and if he's not healed through it, he will die. So try your best to get the interrupts off. I believe I die here because we didn't have the interrupts to do so. So this just shows how important it is to actually get the interrupts off. Thankfully my healer saved me there, so that was actually really good by him. And again, I'm just going to skip through until we get to the boss.
So I had it no. That's how we have it.
User left your channel.
Feel that power surge, hot stuff? The Pell use these here tech totems to channel primal air for their rituals. You know.
So I'll get the first cross and the second big area in phase 3. Or I guess we're still avoiding the first one.
Yeah, avoid the first.
Yeah, can do.
Right, you do first cross, we'll all do second cross.
Kill it.
So with this boss, it's going to start off, there's going to be random AOEs on the Pell on the outside. You need to stay away from them. DPSing down, he's going to do this lightning cross here. It can be interrupted, but you need to communicate with your party. If you can't interrupt it, it has to be dodged, or else it's going to chunk everyone down quite a bit. Just keep dodging that, interrupting, and then he's going to go into a next phase where he'll disarm you all and he'll become immune. Then you're going to have to start fighting the Pell on the outer circles, and every one of you will end up eventually being targeted with a red telegraph, which you need to run over the Pell with to disable their shields, or else they'll take no damage. So it's best to spread out so you can see clearly who's got the telegraph, and run on top of the mob. As soon as it's dropped, dodge out the way. It's going to take extra damage and be in the moment of opportunity, or moo, as a lot of people have started calling it now. Keep dodging the red telegraphs, run around the room. Every time a Pell dies, it's going to spawn a wisp, as it will rotate around the room. You need to make sure you're staying on the inside, as they mainly rotate around the outside. And if you get hit by it, it's going to stun you, so this can be very bad if you've got a telegraph coming down on you at the same time as you get stunned, because the lightning strikes do hurt. Just rinse and repeat on the 4 mobs on the outside, making sure you dodge everything and keep to the tactics, and then the boss is going to come out again.
Now.
With the final stage of the boss, the wisps are going to keep rotating around the room, so you've got to keep dodging them. He's also going to do another ability, which we'll get to very shortly, but the main thing to do is discuss with your party who's got interrupts ready for it. What this spell does, he'll take up most of the room, but there are safe spots you can run to. So if you can get into the safe spot, if you don't have the interrupts, you'll be fine. It shouldn't kill you in one, you shouldn't get one shot if you don't make it to a safe spot. But it's better if you can interrupt him, because you'll get the moo. If not, just run to the safe spot, rinse and repeat, and you'll have the boss down in no time.
Dodge first one, remember, and interrupt in the second. So. And interrupt the next one.
Seconds on one.
Probably be dodging the next one then.
Still cool down.
Dropped.
I've only got 2 up, so if you want to do the next one, I need someone else.
Got 9 seconds on my.
Okay, we can do that one then.
Should be able to kill him that time. Nice. Really quick. Good job.
Anyone needing kills?
Storm Talon's champion.
Yeah, I think I do.
Looks like the ritual ain't over, sweetheart.
Okay.
You'll have to go deeper into that there cavern.
I'm gonna have to think down there. We just say that.
Silver is all optionals at the time, but we don't need to give chances.
It happens if I think it's like.
No, chances is lower gold.
Oh, okay.
That's what I saw on Reddit.
Oh, okay, yeah, I saw the same Reddit post, and I must have misread it.
Because you need all the optionals for bronze as well.
Here's another one of the mobs, quite a funny pull if I do say so myself. It randomly decides to skip all the terrain and just climb down a wall. Pretty simple. He's going to dart across the room like so, and he's going to drop an AOE. That hurts a hell of a lot if you stand inside it, so just walk out the way. He also has a castable spell, Manifest Cyclone I believe it's called. That's just going to drop another AOE on the floor, so it can be avoided, but interrupting it is better because you're going to get your move. You can drop him down even quicker, so just make sure you're dodging all the AOE on the floor, and just try and make sure you can keep him from running into another pack of mobs when you're fighting him. You should be alright.
10 seconds on mine.
Yeah, I don't know.
apparently the guys in the other channel annoyed and they feel like the beatings and never get invited to any veteran dungeons. Their words, not mine.
Oh, they had it before the
Yeah, they said because Raph decided to come with us earlier and they got left out DPS or something. And now nobody wants to go do the veteran dungeons.
What's he done?
Why do we do so much damage on the first mobs but not on these mobs?
Because they're single targets, the rest are like groups for it.
Oh no, I was more worried about like not getting hit by one at once in the middle of it.
Do we not need to be up here?
Nope, let's get
No,
up.
we do.
Ace, what do you
These or not ice?
Yeah, we need to kill those guys, otherwise we can't die.
The grenade things actually count, we have to kill them.
Um,
Because I grenaded it and it doesn't seem to have had one else.
yeah, we have to kill that.
Anything what you do, second.
Yeah, it's
Stars, the Pell use the primal energy to make explosive grenades. I know what my dad would say. Give them a taste of their own medicine, Slick.
Slick.
District using your jump back skill.
yeah, I got so if that's
Oh.
I'll go on there.
it's an awful waste of like this.
Careful.
There's a cage back there. Need to-
And there's a lot of plants.
There's a lot of cages. There's one around here somewhere.
We'll do another optional so that we can maybe get bronze at least.
Two at the top.
Why did he attack me?
That thing sent out a blast or some switch out.
I think possible.
Oh, really? So were you in the dungeon with them?
Yes, I told him that half an hour before. If you guys want to do one later. There's no time. I hate paying the people, but like, I did tell them.
Good job.
To be honest though, it's kind of impossible to not have this issue at this, like at the very start of any expansion, patch, anything. Because there's always going to be a really odd number of people that are ready, like 8, 7 or 9. So you can't really stop that.
This next boss, Aethros,
Okay,
I believe his
let's go.
name is. Straight away you're going to start tanking and spaking basically. He's going to drop an AOE on the floor which you need to just dodge. It is going to hurt you if you do stand in it, so just make sure you dodge that. Once he's DPS down to a certain point, he's going to cast airshift where he'll turn into 3 smaller mobs. What we found best to do is stop the DPS, everyone run to the far back of the room, not where you started, the other end, because they're going to put a telegraph on you, which is an AOE circle. This is the phase here, you'll be able to see it. It jumps on me straight away, so you want to take that to the edges of the room or the back of the room because they're going to stay there the whole fight. And standing in them is going to do a lot of damage, so if you can keep them out of the way for the boss fight, you're going to have a lot more room to dodge your telegraphs and fight him around, so the further out the way the better. Once you've DPS'd all these down, they can't be interrupted like they could in normal. They have infinite interrupt armor, so you can't really cycle your rotations. Once they're down, you're going to get shot back to the end of the room. I found it's better to run a bit to the right to dodge the first tornado, and then you just make your way to the boss. You need to interrupt him, as it says at the top he's gaining power. If he reaches 100% power, it's a wipe. he'll kill all of you 9 times out of 10 unless you've got some amp which stops you from dying. Same again, then you're just going to start casting all your spells, DPSing him down, dodging the AOE. He's going to do another spell now where he just changes his location in the room randomly. As you can see, it doesn't really tell you he's casting it, but he'll just disappear and can throw you off because you can end up anywhere in the room. So
Scared for it, you set them to see.
yeah, as I just said there in the footage, before we was doing it, we was doing really well, and he cast that and he did reset. So I'm sorry if that happens to anyone who goes through it, because it can be, let's say, frustrating when you're doing it really well. He's going to go back to his phase where he splits into 3. Same again, just take your AoEs to the side of the room. Once you've killed the 3, run back to the middle, interrupt him again, and then just DPS him down for the kill. After this phase, actually, the tornadoes in the room are going to stick around, so you have to really watch where you're stepping. But if you can stick to this and no mistakes are made, you'll be fine and you'll get him down nice and easy.
I was going to say, why have we still got tornadoes? But we're in the last phase, aren't we?
Yeah.
This is going so fast.
Galaxies, that little scrap was intense. I ain't never seen power like that. But I reckon the worst
Objectives?
is yet to come.
Plants.
We still only done 1 Pell grenade.
I might do either one of them, 5 seconds ago. And then it's in a second. Fuck no.
Yeah, skip them, we don't have the boss.
Need 4 more grenades if we're doing that then.
Yeah, just we killed the last packs there, so we don't pull them.
I think there's a ton of tomes.
Haven't really seen any.
I'm pretty sure that first den was the one after the first boss though.
Almost
And
ready
try
to
to move him at the range of the boss so we can make.
Yeah.
I think you pull if you go along that one.
Yeah.
I know what the difference is. It's my new weapon attachment I just bought.
That's the one.
I'm gonna see if Tix needs that DPS still. Alright.
Okay, let's go.
So here we have Storm Talon, the last boss of this instance. He has a frontal cleave which the tank needs to face away from the rest of the party. If you stand him at the back of the room, he'll do a phase called Static Charge. If you can DPS him down quick enough, you'll skip the first one and you'll go straight into that phase there where he knocks you back. Stuns you and starts powering up. You have to, like Aethros, run into him and interrupt him. It's ideal to take a stun breaker and a gap closer just so you can get it done. Here's Static Charge. It's going to drop a telegraph which will stun you, which you need to dodge, and then it's going to keep dropping other telegraphs which you need to place around the room. The AOE is going to stay down on the floor like it did with Aethros, so you need to try and position yourself with your party to a place where it's not going to overlap on anyone and get them killed. This phase is going to pick a target, make them disorientated and put the safe spot around them. You have to dodge the circles in the middle as they're coming down and move slowly enough for your party to not get hit on the outside. After that phase is over, he's going to do another static charge, just dodge and weave, all that stuff. Run back into the middle, start DPSing down. He's going to do another phase where... No, actually, he's going to do the same phase where he puts the ring around someone, so rinse and repeat on that part. Just keep dodging all the things in the middle, DPSing him down, and then he should do another static charge, and hopefully he should be dead at it. So when you do drop him down, I hope this guide helped you. Thanks very much for watching, and good luck on completing this dungeon for silver for your raid 2 minutes. Have fun.
Fuck.
They took a random break.
Come on guys, deep him down. I'm mid. Mine right left.
$6%, come on.
I've got aggro.
No.
No. 30k, come on, get him down.
Kidding.